Welcome to Pin the World. I'm Laura.
And I'm Ryan, and we're gonna dive into some more Japan details.
Yes, so like Ryan said, we're getting into some more details. So today's video is going to be our Japan bucket list. So different things that, we've each chosen 3 things to focus on that we're most excited for. And then plus we'll talk about some food that we're looking forward to.
Yeah, and just to call out, this video will not discuss anything Disney because we have done sort of a video already detailing that. So you can just ignore the tiny rodent that is on my shirt.
Oh.
Ignore.
Rodents. There's many.
Yes, that's true.
You are
actually.
infested.
Oh no.
But yes, so we're very excited for Disney, but we did already discuss that. I don't know where to link the cards because we're in a different angle, so one of those sides. So check out that video if you're interested to know what we're doing when we go to Tokyo Disney Sea and Tokyo Disneyland. Today
Perfect.
We'll be focusing on just other things in Japan in general.
Yeah, so I'll start it off. One of the experiences that I am looking very forward to is a Ryoken Stay. So a Ryoken is like a Japanese style hotel, and a lot of them, there's like probably 3 big components of that. They may or may not feature tatami mattresses, which are the mattresses on the floor. They may or may not feature a multi-course kind of dinner.
Kaiseki.
Thank you. And they may or may not feature a hot spring or onsen. So the one that we selected, we're going to be staying for 1 night. It happily has all 3. So I'm really looking forward to that immersive kind of experience that we're going to get to have. We're going to wear yukatas, which is like a Japanese style robe. We'll sleep on the tatami mattresses on the floor. We'll have we'll try the hot springs water bath, so the onsen, and the multi-course dinner. So it looks very exotic. Like, I would say neither of us are really picky eaters, but this may be this may push us to the edge of that.
Yes, and we do have to be a bit careful because Ryan has a shellfish allergy, but I'm still excited, and I'm also excited because the onsen is a private one. So there's also a public one, but our particular room has a private one on the balcony. So
yeah.
If you don't know, you go to an onsen fully naked. So to me, I'm not comfortable with going in a public one. I don't know.
It's separated by gender, of course. Like, I did it when I was in Japan 15 years ago. I was there with some friends, and we just sort of like, okay, we're gonna lean in and just have the full experience. But even that is like a very you do things in a certain order. Like, it's very sort of rigid if you want to do things properly and not like offend or anything. But it was a really cool experience. But happy to have the private.
Yeah. So then the first thing that I'm super excited about is stamp collecting. So yes, so at the train stations, museums, different shrines and stuff, they'll all have this, but they have something called Eiki stamps. And Eiki, I actually thought it meant train before, but it actually means station. So station stamps. So you can collect them, you can buy a special book, and you just kind of go around to these places and you just stamp your book, and there'll be beautiful, beautiful designs. So I'll actually link her down below, or there'll just be like a little screenshot right now, but somebody named Rainbow Holic, I've been following her a lot on Instagram. She does some like amazing videos, little reels where she kind of goes around, because they also have, a stamp rally. So they'll do a stamp rally where it's a limited time and you kind of go around to all these places and collect them. So she does a lot of that. And it's just really cool to see all the different like stamps and the details, and it's just really fun. So I'm excited. Yeah. So I hope we find at least a few. I know sometimes it can be challenging to locate them within the station because some of the stations are huge. So I'm hopeful that we can at least get like a couple. That will make me happy if I only get like 3 or 4.
Yeah, well, it'll make a great souvenir. So you collect them in like, I think a lot of people do a little passport size kind of book. Get your stamps. It's almost like geocaching a little bit in that you said, yeah, they're not always super easy to find, but that'll be awesome.
Yeah, so, and hopefully with my newly acquired Japanese, I can ask the workers at the station where the stamps may be. Don't ask me at this moment how I say that. I need to refresh my memory, but I will learn.
And then also ask them if they could very nicely, just graciously take us right there. Because if they give us directions in Japanese for how to get there, I don't know that it'll be helpful.
That's true. You're right.
Speaking of wayfinding, I'll hop over to my next item. So it has, transportation in general, and specifically the Shinkansen or the bullet train. So as much as I'm looking forward to all the things that we will see when we arrive and all the particular points of interest we're going to check out, I'm also really excited for the travel infrastructure. We don't do a great job of that in Canada, in my opinion, but just all the different subway lines in Tokyo and Kyoto and Osaka, we're going to be able to get like everywhere on a train, which is really cool. And then even going far distances on the bullet train, so like 350 kilometers an hour. There, you don't have to get tickets in advance outside of really, special holiday weeks and that kind of thing. You can go from Tokyo to Kyoto, which it'll be like 2.5 hours on the train. And that's quite something. Like for the Canadians, that's like going Toronto to Ottawa is sort of a similar kind of distance. And yeah, it's just so easy. There's a train that leaves like every 10 minutes. Yeah. So really looking forward to that, and just the subway system, also to the transportation options in general.
Yeah, I think we have to get a bento box for our bullet train adventure too, if we can. I've seen that. That should be fun. But anyways, so my next thing is pretty broad, but I am most excited, I would say, for Kyoto. So Kyoto kind of seems to bring a lot of like the nature vibes, and there's going to be a ton of like temples and shrines that we're going to visit. So I think I'm just really excited for that because it's quite different from anything we've seen. So I know Tokyo itself will feel different than any other like American city we've been to, but also it's going to be very similar. Like I think you could compare some of the parts of it to New York City. Like it's like bright lights, busy, bustling, like shopping. And I think Kyoto will feel a bit different.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of like many World Heritage sites, lots of natural beauty and lots of history, like you said.
Yeah.
So, sort of contrarian to that, one thing that I'm looking forward to out of Kyoto back to Tokyo is some flagship stores. And it's like I'm almost not proud to admit that, because I want to say, that I'm looking forward to all these cool and exotic and different kind of things. And I am.
These are going to be different.
Yeah.
So, even though they're like American-ish.
American brands for sure. So flagship stores. One in particular is Fender. So if you watch some of our videos, I have this guitar affliction, this hobby. But Fender, they have this super cool, like only official direct-to-consumer store that's like just Fender. It's not like a guitar store that sells Fender products. It is a Fender store. They have one in the world, and it's in Tokyo, and I look forward to checking it out. Another example is a Starbucks Reserve Roastery. So I think there's only 6 in the world. We've been to 3. We've been to all of the American ones. So the original one in Seattle, where the brand started, New York City, and Chicago as well. And then I think it's just like somewhere in Italy, somewhere in China, and Tokyo. So we'll check it out, because we'll be in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Also the Disney store. So I think there's at least 2 in Tokyo, but we picked...
Yeah, outside of the park.
I'm only allowed to pick 1, which is fine. So I picked 1. So that's another flagship store, I guess. Well, no, I guess it's not.
I mean, it feels like it, because we don't have Disney stores anymore, really, in North America. So a standalone Disney store will be pretty special.
All right, and then so moving on to my third item that I'm excited for is a little day trip to Nara. And so Nara has a deer park, and we've seen many clips of this and also watched a few videos. So I'm looking forward to it, but actually I'm kind of nervous because we did see that one video and like the deer are quite pushy. But anyways, the goal, so you have these like biscuits that you purchase there, and then the goal is that they like bow to you and then you give them the biscuit and then they leave. But if they know you have more, they can be a bit pushy. But yeah, so I think that'll just be really cool because also these deer are just like free roaming, like they're everywhere. They like cross the road. I think they use the crosswalk like the people do. So yeah, they're just very like, I guess you could call them domesticated. Like, I don't know.
In a way, yeah.
The history of them, like where they came from, why are they all there? Like, but anyways, I think it's just going to be really cool. So we have a little day trip to that area, and there will also be some other fun things in that area, but I think feeding the deer will be a highlight for me.
Yeah, and it's a special like proper biscuit too. You know, you're not supposed to feed them anything else. We'll comply with like all the sort of the rules because we don't want to like do anything we're not supposed to do. But yeah, it'll be pretty unique.
Yeah.
And I think you could likewise train me. I would probably bow for treats or biscuits.
Yes.
So I might actually try a biscuit. I don't know.
Ew.
Deer
I don't
biscuit.
think we should.
Well, we'll see.
But anyways.
On to food. Speaking of food, so yeah, deer biscuits are top of my list.
So we're not gonna eat the deer biscuits.
No.
Say it with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna commit to that on video. Anyways, something that I am really looking forward to trying is Japanese style curry. So I mean, I love all sorts of curry as it is. Like Thai, like green chicken curry kind of thing. All sorts of Indian curries. But yeah, they have curry in Japan. I don't think you find it as commonly like outside of Japan, but one of the places to have it actually where it is quite good and authentic apparently is in Disney. So Disney coming up after all, but yeah, it just looks really tasty. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it should be good. And then I am excited for 7-Eleven snacks. So from what we've seen, there is just like endless options for candy, chocolate,
Beer,
ice cream,
liquor.
Yeah, beer, liquor, drinks. Anyways, the 7-Elevens have an insane amount of snacks, and I always see like just like little Instagram reels, and it's like POV on your way back to your hotel room every night in Japan, and like they always stop in 7-Eleven just to pick something. So I think that will be really fun just to kind of pick some random stuff, maybe even eat there. I've heard that they have really good egg salad sandwiches, and I'm a big fan of that. So yeah, so that's my first thing that I'm excited for.
Yeah, some legitimate meals on the go. And geez, we're not planning all these like segues, but speaking of a meal on the go, conveyor belt sushi, or just sushi in general. So we're both big sushi fans, and I mean, some people say they like sushi, and what they really like is just like all
deep
the
fried,
like all the
chicken
other
and
stuff,
veggies.
like chicken wings and crap that you can get like at a all you can eat sushi place. No, we like the salmon, the tuna, the snapper, mackerel, like fish on rice. So obviously there's some world-class sushi places to go in Japan. You can do some set menu things that have Michelin stars and are like $400 a head. That won't be in the cards for this trip, but the good thing is even a lot of the inexpensive sushi is really, really high quality. And they have, it's not like gimmicky over there, like we have some of these over here, and it feels sort of gimmicky to me, but there is a conveyor belt sushi restaurants. So just, there's fresh sushi constantly going around, or you can place an order for something specifically that you want, and it'll stop on the belt at your table, and then you just sort of scan your dishes at the end, and that'll calculate how much you owe. So
I think you put your dishes into the little garbage. Well, like it's not a garbage, but there's like a little receptacle, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, so
like
it's just like,
that's what I've seen.
It's one of those like, only in Japan kind of things. It feels like that's the place to do it. And yeah, it's like, it's quick. You don't necessarily have to queue to go in these restaurants, and it's just affordable and apparently great quality sushi. So it sounds like a win to me.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited for matcha. So that's not something we really have. So I guess I've never had straight matcha in like at home in Canada at a restaurant. But I'm excited to try it. So apparently there's like a ton of good places to get it in Japan, and they kind of do like, I think you can get some like quite beautiful like little tea ceremonies where they make the matcha for you. I think that would be really cool. And I'm excited to try it because I think I'll like it.
We may even be greeted with that when we check into our Ryoken, but I think there'll be other opportunities too. So we should try it a few times.
Yeah.
Finally,
We have like a combo, a last one that we're both excited for.
the truth is it's deer biscuits. No.
It's fluffy pancakes. Maybe you call them souffle pancakes, but yeah, they're just like jiggle, and they just look so delightful. Like I can't even picture the texture of them, because you look at the video, like the little reels of them, and you're like, what the heck? Like,
yeah, what's it gonna be like on the inside?
Yeah.
How is it
like it's
cooked?
gotta be gooey, but then it's like somehow not gooey.
Lighter than air.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think is like, there are places you can get these like tall, fluffy Japanese pancakes outside of Japan. Like, I think we've seen a restaurant in Square One and stuff. We have purposefully not tried, because we always, okay, we're gonna go to Japan someday. Let's just try the real thing there. But yeah, it's cool that I think it's popular enough. You maybe at least have an idea what we're talking about. The trend has escaped, and international.
Yeah, so we're gonna get those. It's gonna be good, I think. Anyways, maybe we'll be like, oh, we don't like this, but I think it's gonna be good. So yeah. So that wraps up our little bucket list of a few things that we're looking forward to for Japan. I mean, overall, the whole trip.
So much to look forward to. I think, though, whether you've been or even if you haven't, if you know a little bit about Japan, if there's anything that would be on your bucket list, or if you think is missing from ours, we'd be curious to hear. It seems like from a lot of the content that I've watched about people going to Japan for the first time, or even a few friends and acquaintances that I know that have been, everybody seems to have their one like sort of, for the first time, people do like a similar kind of trip, but then they add one special sort of thing. Like, our special thing is the Disney stop in the middle. Yeah. Other people, it's more like they're checking out some baseball games, because that's really a big thing in Japan, or they're going to like sumo wrestling, or these special like manga or anime kind of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something for everyone.
Oh yeah. So yeah. So I guess, like Ryan said, let us know in the comments down below what would be on your bucket list, or if we're missing anything. And that brings us to the end of today's video. So we'll see you guys next time.
Sayonara.